And we're live with Week 6 of Iowa Prep Sports Postgame. Nathan Ford with the Gazette here. 4 top 10 matchups in Class 5A tonight, and there were some statements made tonight. In fact, it's hard to say who made the biggest one. Let's start with a contender. At Kingston Stadium, it was 5A, number 2 Cedar Rapids Kennedy, over 5A, number 7 Cedar Falls, 42-14, and Jeff Linder was there.
Hey, this is Jeff Linder reporting from Kingston Stadium, where second-ranked Cedar Rapids Kennedy defeated Cedar Falls 42-14 in a high school football game here. Kennedy led 36-0 at halftime. The Cougars forced 7 turnovers, 5 of them in the first half. Carson Blitz threw for 248 yards, including a 78-yarder to Jaron Centers. Centers also had a 55-yard interception for a touchdown. Like I said, Kennedy led 36-0, improved to 6-0 on the season. Cedar Falls dropped to 4-2 and lost Hunter Jacobson in the second quarter to some sort of a leg injury. He was on crutches in the second half when they returned. Again, the final score tonight from Kingston Stadium: Cedar Rapids Kennedy 42, Cedar Falls 14. Back to you, Nathan.
The other number 2 team in the Gazette poll this week was Southeast Polk. The Rams actually trailed 9th-ranked Lindmar 15-14 at halftime thanks to a pair of long McKay Jelinek touchdown passes. But Southeast Polk outscores the Lions 24-0 in the second half to win 38-15, handing Lindmar its first loss. And then another statement tonight. 4th-ranked West Des Moines Valley knocks off top-ranked Ankeny 38-35. Mason Morrow with a 4-yard touchdown pass to Aiden Price on 3rd and goal with 13 seconds left gave Valley the lead. The other top 10 matchup also went down to the wire. 6th-ranked Urbandale beat number 10 Ankeny Centennial 19-18. It was Peyton Rottinghouse hitting Cole Garwood for a 1-yard touchdown. As time expired, Hayden Marks kicked the extra point for the win. And so that leaves us wondering, who is the top-ranked team in Class 5A? There's so many contenders. We've got Kennedy, Southeast Polk, Valley. Last night, on Thursday, Iowa City High beat Davenport North 42-0. Little Hawks are still undefeated. Also, on Friday, number 8 Cedar Rapids Prairie beat Waterloo West 55-7. So you're looking at possibly Kennedy undefeated moving up to the top spot. City High's number 5 in our poll. They're higher in some other polls. Maybe they move up to the top spot. Southeast Polk could easily move up as well. The Rams' only loss of the year is to Ankeny. And Valley just beat Ankeny. Its only loss is to Southeast Polk. That's a possible number 1 team as well. You'll have to find out on Monday what our voters decide. Right now, I think I would lean towards Southeast Polk, but honestly, I could easily pick Kennedy or City High with some of the wins that they've had this year, and just the domination, especially City High, and I think Kennedy really blowing out Cedar Falls was big for the Cougars' resume as well. In Class 4A tonight, Iowa City Liberty looking for its first win of the season against Mount Pleasant. Now, the Lightning have played a lot of really good teams, played some close games as well, and it was a cathartic victory for the Lightning. In North Liberty tonight, Ryan Pleggenkuhle has the report.
Ryan Pleggenkuhle here, reporting from North Liberty, where the Lightning just recorded their first win of the year, defeating Mount Pleasant 56-0. Liberty dominated this one from the get-go. Ty Hughes led the way, completing 8 of 10 passes for 96 yards and 3 TDs in the first half. Hughes also added an 18-yard rushing TD just before the break. Luke Myers, Amari Thigpen, and Wyatt Williams each added first-half touchdowns, and Darius Willis-Newell had 2 touchdowns. Liberty led 42-0 at halftime and rested many of its starters in the second half. The win was James Harris's first as Liberty head coach. The Lightning had a tough early season schedule, but they'll look to build off tonight's win as they'll travel to Fort Madison next Friday. Back to you, Nathan.
Top-ranked North Scott took care of business in 4A, beating Burlington 42-0, and then an upset. Number 2 Indianola loses to 8th-ranked Norwalk 45-30. Norwalk's only loss of the year is to Lewis Central. Lewis Central beat Indianola earlier this year. Lewis Central, number 5 right now, beat Des Moines Hoover 56-0. 3rd-ranked Cedar Rapids Xavier with a big road win over a good Pella team, 28-3. 6th-ranked Waverly Shell Rock shut out Marion 42-0. On Thursday night, number 9 Clear Creek Amana beat Cedar Rapids Washington 20-19. That's the 3rd 1-point win of the year for the Clippers. Number 10 Spencer just into the rankings this week, shut out Fort Dodge 28-0. Here in the Gazette area, Keenan Tyler threw for 199 yards and 2 touchdowns, leading Decorah to 4 crucial first downs on a clock-killing drive in the final minute. So the Vikings beat Western Dubuque 19-14. That's a Western Dubuque team that I actually put into my rankings last weekend, so that's a big win for Decorah. In Class 3A tonight, number 1 Harlan beat Atlantic 55-7. Number 2 Boynton Hull Rock Valley over Sioux Center 48-16. North Polk scored a bunch on number 3 Humboldt, but it was the Wildcats winning 52-31. Wyatt Volker went over 2,000 career rushing yards for number 4 West Delaware in a 50-0 win over South Tama. 4th-ranked Solon over Washington 44-21. Number 6 Independence gets 253 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns from Marcus Beatty, beating Hampton Dumont Cal 40-13. Number 7 Nevada beat Ballard 34-13. 8th-ranked Sergeant Bluff Luton 39, MOC Floyd Valley 14. Then we had a matchup of number 9 teams. Adel ADM beating number 9 Creston 42-0, and then a third number 19 Davenport Assumption beat Mount Vernon 24-12.
How's it going, everyone? Jeff Johnson from the Gazette here in Mount Vernon, where we have a final score of Davenport Assumption 24 and Mount Vernon 12 in a Class 3A District 4 encounter. John Argo was the star of this game offensively for the Knights, as he scored the first touchdown in this game, an 79-yard run, in the first quarter. Argo then added a touchdown run of 1 yard on Assumption's first possession of the second half, and then capped this brilliant running performance with an 85-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter. Argo finished the game with 24 rushes for 217 yards for the Knights, who ran the ball for 268 yards, had 400 yards overall. A field goal of 32 yards by Billy Moore in the third quarter gave Assumption a 24-0 lead. Mount Vernon didn't go away, scored twice in the fourth quarter. Owen Bronzy, a 52-yard pass reception from Joey Romberg. The 2-point pass failed. Henry Ryan then a 23-yard run off a sprint and draw play from Mount Vernon. With 6:22 left, that made it 24-12, and that's how it ended up. Mount Vernon has lost to 2 really good teams to start district play here in Class 3A District 4, losing to Benton Community and Davenport Assumption. The Mustangs now fall to 0-2 in district play, and 3-3 overall. Assumption is 2-0 in district play, and 4-2 overall. Once again, the final score here from Mount Vernon tonight was Davenport Assumption 24 and Mount Vernon 12. This is Jeff Johnson from the Gazette. Have a good night, everybody.
Went to a top-ranked Southeast Valley beat Clarion Goldfield Dow's 62-31. Number 2 West Marshall over Prairie City Monroe 30-7. Number 3 OABCIG got a test from Pocahontas area, won it 20-13. 4th-ranked Wakana all over Dubuque Waller 64-21. Number 5 Spirit Lake goes down to number 6 Esterville Lincoln Central 14-6. Number 7 West Lyon over Okoboji 50-14. 8th-ranked Greene County shut out Red Oak 55-0. And a nice win for number 9 Central Lyon George Little Rock, our preseason number 1. The Lions beat number 10 Unity Christian 48-0. In the Gazette area, 211 yards passing, 129 rushing, and 2 touchdowns for Preston Reese. And Monticello's 55-13 win over Comanche. Graham Humple scores the tying touchdown and game-winning 2-point conversion for Anamosa to beat Tipton 16-14. He had 203 yards rushing and 143 yards passing, and North Fayette Valley shut out Jessup 35-0. More of the same for Class 1A's top teams. Van Meter over Nottoway Valley 56-0. Number 2 Underwood beat Trainer 45-0. Regina won by forfeit over Louisa Muscatine. Number 4 Dyke New Hartford shut out Applington Parkersburg 31-0. Cade Molyneux with 3 rushing touchdowns for number 5 Sigourney Kyoto and a 50-26 win over Cardinal. That was a battle of unbeatens, and the Cobras come out on top. Another great game. Number 6 Dyersville Beckman hangs on to beat number 9 Waterloo Columbus 35-34 in overtime. And it was number 6 West Sioux over Ridgeview 42-0. 8th-ranked ACGC beat Interstate 35-6. Number 10 Pella Christian bounced back from that loss to Sigourney Kyoto last week with a 55-15 win over Pleasantville. In the area, Andy Henson had 226 yards rushing for West Branch and a 28-14 win over Durant. Class A had another top 10 matchup. It was number 1 West Hancock edging number 8 HMS 20-6. Number 2 Grundy Center shut out Nashville Plainfield 40-0. Number 3 Woodbury Central beat Westwood 42-0. 4th ranked Lisbon over Pekin 58-7. Also number 4 Logan Magnolia had a good game from ICAM Manning, wins at 29-19. Number 6 North Lynn got 311 yards passing, 3 touchdowns from Tate Hoggenberry, who completed 11 of 13 and a 43-0 win over Starmont. 7th ranked North Tama shut out BCLUW 36-0. Number 9 North Butler climbed into the rankings this week after that big win over Newman last week. Another impressive win for the Bearcats. They beat St. Ansgar 30-0. And then number 10 Earlham loses to Southwest Valley 15-13. In the area, it was Alburnett 28, North Cedar 12. 8th player, the top 10 matchup there was number 3 Remsen St. Mary's beating 6th ranked Newell Fonda 53-21. Number 1 Anita Cam beat Exira EHK 66-6. 2nd ranked Montezuma 87 points tonight for the Braves in a 87-0 win over Twin Cedars. 73 points for number 4 Easton Valley in a 73-0 win over Calamus Wheatland. 5th ranked Audubon took its first loss to Cam last week. The Wheelers bounced back with a 63-23 win over Coon Rapids Bayard. 7th ranked Gladbrook Rhinebeck beat Meskwaki 72-6. Number 8 Turkey Valley 62, Clarksville 8. Lennox beat Griswold via forfeit, and number 10 Waco beat Lone Tree 55-22. Some area scores: Springville over Central City 48-44 in a classic Tractor Bowl game. Iowa Valley beat New London 68-33, and it was English Valley's 51, HLV 20. That's it for another week of Iowa Prep Sports Postgame. We'll be back with highlights next week. It was a busy week here at the Gazette. Iowa football playing on a Friday night. I'm sure for a lot of Hawkeye fans out there, it was kind of a weird week going against the high schools on a Friday night. But we'll be back full gear for Week 7 to break down all the games, top 10 matchups, highlights, post-game reports for some of the biggest games in Eastern Iowa. Thanks again for tuning in, whether it be video or audio, and check out all of our coverage at thegazette.com.